त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडली श्री महालक्ष्मी महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी
voice is gone. Why is that gone?
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Welcome everyone. Hope you're feeling nice and relaxed now with our opening music there. I'm Lynn and this is Vara, and we'd just like to take you through a lovely, soothing, peaceful meditation, and maybe we'll learn a bit about the Navi chakra as well. Vara, what are you going to talk about today?
Hopefully not too much. So what we'll do is, so there is the basis of Sahaja Yoga is the process of self-realization, and Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, who you can see in the chart in the back, or also in the music that we just played. So she, starting in 1970, she went around the world, taught people the process of self-realization in a very simple way. So previous to that, in the Eastern cultures, people had to go to the forests, leave the family, understand what self-realization means, and then very selected few would get it. And it would be, and they would also find it very difficult to explain and teach others. So Shri Mataji, in her own words, will explain you what the self-realization and how we get it. And prior to that, the thing that will suffice for you to know is that we have a physical body, as you know, and then there is what we call the subtle body or the subtle system, which governs a lot of our aspects of our life. So in that subtle system, we have 7 energy centers, 3 energy channels, and they're fundamental. And there is another fundamental motherly energy, which is called the Kundalini. So the Kundalini is situated at the base of the spine, in the sacrum bone. So by achieving self-realization with a very pure desire and humility towards the Guru, which is Shri Mataji Devi, and really letting her explain us, what happens then is this energy in our Kundalini, she rises against the gravity through the energy centers, which are 7, and then it goes to the top of the head, where the ultimate chakra is there. So in that, if any energy centers have a bit of imbalance, this Kundalini is there to soothe, help, and clear those problems. So the energy center that we'll be focusing on today is the Nabi chakra, which is the center number 3.
Shall I show you on the chart?
Yes, please.
Maybe we'll get our cameraman to show us the whole chart. So we've got the Kundalini down in this triangular bone, which Vara was telling us about. And then this is the Nabi chakra. And that's the central channel. Oh, that could be just me there. The miracles of technology. And that's the founder of Sahaja Yoga there while we're at this spot, Shri Mataji, who will hear an excerpt about this Nabi chakra a little later on as well.
So we're saying that energy center number 3 is the Navi chakra, which looks like a bit of a big round circle there. And we're having a bit of a
struggle with this camera.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Well,
So sorry. So what we're seeing there is a bit of a, equate that to an ocean. And then there are qualities that are related to each energy center. So the quality of Nabi center is peace and satisfaction. We'll just play Shri Mataji's talk.
I think we will. I think maybe we can.
It's not a tech-friendly day today. It's not a tech-friendly
Interesting
day.
technical challenges. Let's go over and enlarge that. Would be good. There we go. Here we go.
Okay.
There we go. Now everyone here can see. And just get back over here. Bear with us for a moment.
Now, put your left hand towards me, comfortably. Put your feet apart from each other. And now, put your right hand on your heart and close your eyes. Here you have to ask me a very important question. In your heart, you ask me a question as you would ask a computer. You can call me Shri Mataji or Mother, whatever you like. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question. In your heart, not loudly. 3 times, ask in your heart, not loudly. Mother, am I the spirit? You have to only ask in your heart. If you are the spirit, you become your own guide, you become your own master, you become your own guru. So now take down your right hand into the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. And here you have to ask another question 3 times, not loudly, in your heart. Mother, am I the spirit? Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Ask this question 3 times. Am I my own master? I have told you that I respect your freedom and the pure knowledge cannot be forced on you. So please take your right hand in the lower portion of your abdomen and say it 6 times, asking me, Mother, please give me pure knowledge. I cannot force on you. You have to ask in your free will. As soon as you ask for the pure knowledge, the Kundalini starts moving upward. So now we have to nourish the higher centers with our self-confidence. Raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen. Press it hard on the left hand side. And here with full confidence you have to say 10 times in your heart, not loudly. Mother, I am my own master. Please say this 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. I told you at the very outset that the greatest truth about you is that you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not these conditionings, emotions, nor this ego, but you are the spirit, you are the pure spirit. So now raise your right hand onto your heart and ask here, or say with full confidence 12 times, Mother, I am the spirit. Just say it without any hesitation. Say it 12 times, please. For your information, you have to know that the divine power is the source of knowledge, is the ocean of knowledge, is the ocean of love. It is the ocean of peace and ocean of bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. So you cannot commit any mistake which cannot be dissolved by the power of this ocean of forgiveness. So please raise your right hand in the corner of your neck and your shoulder. Push it back as much as possible and turn your head to your right. And with full confidence, please say 16 times. Full confidence in your heart. Mother, I am not guilty at all. All right? As I told you before, that you have to forgive everyone. And those who say it is difficult, they must know that it is a myth whether you forgive or don't forgive. But if you don't forgive, then you play into the wrong hands and get yourself tortured by yourself. So please forgive. In general, everyone, not counting how many people you have to forgive, what you have to forgive, but just say, by raising your hand and putting it on top of your forehead across, putting down your head as much as possible, resting on your hand. Please say, with an open heart, please say, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it. Please say, otherwise it is difficult later on for me. I have to clear out everybody's agya and it takes too much time then. So best is to say it from your heart. After all, you are not going to miss your self-realization for that. Now, take back your right hand on the back side of your head and put your head on it, resting on it, upward. Here you have to say for your own satisfaction, O Divine, if I have done any mistakes, please forgive me. But don't feel guilty. Don't count your mistakes, don't think about them. In general, you have to say, O Divine, please forgive me if I have done any mistakes or anything wrong, anything against you. Now, stretch your palm. Stretch your palm and put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your child. Now, put down your head properly. And here, push back your fingers as far as possible. Please push back. This is very important. And now put a pressure on your scalp. And move your scalp slowly, 7 times clockwise. Here again, I respect your freedom. And I cannot force self-realization on you. So here you have to say 7 times, bending your head properly and pressing it hard, moving 7 times. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Please ask 7 times, please.
Vinyasa. Vinyasa. So we can keep our attention on top of the head where Shri Mataji asked us to place our hand, and keep our eyes closed. And while our attention is on top of the head, we can also observe what we are feeling on our palms. So we'll play a little excerpt from Shri Mataji about the Navi Chakra. Before that, we'll do a little explanation of what it is. So around the Navi Chakra, I think even without zooming into the subtle system, you see a big circle in the middle. It's quite obvious. So this circle is called the Bhavasagara, so which is around the Navi Chakra. So the Navi Chakra itself emits the qualities of peace and satisfaction, which can be in balance or out of balance based on where we are at on a certain day or at a certain stage of our lives. So around the Navi, this Bhavasagara is important because Bhavasagara has the principles that govern us. So at different times of the evolution, different, we call them incarnations or role models, you can say, they came to Earth to explain us a few things. And the first of them is known to be King Janaka. So a lot is not known about him, but basically he was a king with every material comfort possible, but he was quite detached from them. So that means he was in it, but out of it. Now, there are other role models that came to earth at different times following him. And the second one was Abraham, and then Moses, and then Socrates, then Zoroaster, and then Lao Tse, Confucius, Prophet Muhammad, Guru Nanaka, and then Shri Mataji. So they all came and told different concepts in terms of, for example, the final one, which was Shri Mataji. He came at a time when there was a bit of Hindu-Muslim tiff. Then he basically came and said, "Sabka Malik hai," everybody is bound by the same God, so get over it, kind of thing. And then there were other incarnations who would actually take active steps to defeat the evil. So Prophet Muhammad is an example. So he was not one of those who would only talk about things. He would actually take some action. So from that you can take inspiration that it's not enough to not just say the wrong thing, but also to confront when something is wrong and do something about it. And so the idea of peace and satisfaction is governed by these principles. So for example, almost all of them have talked about the evils, the vices like the greed and lust and jealous and so on. So for example,
smoking and
not smoking and so on. We do get creative because one prophet said you shouldn't smoke, but he didn't say anything about drinking. So the people who follow that prophet would happily drink but not smoke, and the other way around too. So all these funny loopholes you find. But overall, they all have talked about the vices.
Mm.
So for example, in your own personality, if you feel that somebody acquiring that sense of progress, if you get your sense of progress in acquiring material gains, you probably can never be peaceful. And that is a sign that your Nabi center is not in balance. If you feel jealous about someone else's material gains, or you want to have that someone else has, that sort of thing. Obviously, we all need a bit of drive in life, but when it becomes so unmanageable that you lose sleep over it, I have to have it, that certain car, I have to have it. When that sort of emotions regularly come, that probably means the Nabi center is out of balance. So in the speech that Shri Mataji will now talk, she talks about what happens when your Nabi center is off. So those are the sort of extreme cases. At the same time, there are variations to it. If you can't function because you're just consumed by lust or greed or jealous, the problem is dire. If you just feel a bit jealous and then get over it and move on, that's probably all right, because the ideal situation is that we never get into that. I think practically that's not what we see.
So when you're feeling it, like in these fingers, say that's your Nabi,
yes, that's
when that feeling is there. But if it stays there and you don't clear it, that's when you start getting the sicknesses that we'll hear Shri Mataji talk about. So
that's a good point.
One step ahead of the game.
Yes, and then when you have that catches, and you don't need to really figure out where it's coming from, you just clear it.
Yeah.
And then it'll be all right.
Yeah.
All right.
Which we might talk about doing next week.
Yes.
But anyway, I divert your attention.
Now let's put both our hands on the lap.
Yep.
Feet on the ground. Sit straight if you can. Put your right hand on your Sahasrara, and then you can just listen or watch Shri Mataji's speech.
Is the center of Nabi, which they have already explained to you what is Nabi Chakra is, but we must know what diseases are caused by bad Nabi Chakra. First, it is on the left-hand side and right-hand side. There are two types of people, left nabi and right nabi. The people who suffer from right nabi are the people who have got all the problems of the liver. Now, there was a gentleman who was writing a thesis on alcohol. What is the chemical reaction on liver when we take alcohol? And through Sahaja Yoga only he realized what happens actually to this. That water is, as you know, is H2O. So H ions are on both the sides and O is here, is bound by that. H2O, there are two H and one O. Now when you start taking water, it keeps normal like that. And when the blood in the water comes in contact with the liver has the function to take away all the poison from the body as heat. It absorbs the heat and then transmits it as bile and it goes out of your system. But if you take, say, alcohol and all these things in a very strong way, not in moderation, but it's too much, then what happens? This H goes down like this, and a barrier is created. And when it goes near the liver cannot suck in the heat. It cannot suck in the heat. And that's how the heat is accumulated. The liver goes on malfunctioning, and you always have the trouble of the liver. But supposing you come to Sahaja Yoga, then H moves like that. And all that is heat within you is passed into the liver. You'll be amazed when you will be doing Sahaja Yoga just now. We will be raising your Kundalini. In the beginning, you'll find a lot of heat will be coming out of your head before you start feeling the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. First, the heat from the liver will be pouring out, and you will feel very relieved when it's poured out, and then you will start feeling the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost in your hand, which is the all-pervading power of God, as I told you. That first time, after realization, you can feel that cool breeze within you. Now this chakra gets spoiled on the subtle when you are very money-oriented. If you are a very money-oriented person, and you are always thinking about money, how to get more money like mad, you see there's a rat race of money. Then the center goes out, and when the center goes out, a person suffers from other troubles, not from money troubles maybe, but other troubles like he's emotionally dried out. He becomes an unemotional person. He becomes a person who has no feelings for anything. Then you must have heard about the great dacoits in India. And there is a lady who was a dacoit, a small little lady of 4 feet height. And she was a person, she was devoid of any emotions. She could kill anybody, she could do anything as long as she got the money. I mean, the whole emotional side is completely blocked of such a person who thinks too much of money all the time. And gradually he becomes very materialistic. And a person who is materialistic neglects his heart all the time. He neglects his emotions. He's worried more about the carpets, more about this, more about that, than the emotions of the people, than the feelings of the people. And this kind of imbalance can come when your Navi chakra goes out of order and you start putting all your attention to money. Now it's most surprising that the countries which are affluent have more money orientation than the people who are not. It's very surprising. Say, for example, in an Indian village, a person may not have so many things as you people have. But if you go to him, he'll be very happy. Whatever he has, he would like to serve his food, anything that he has. He would not like to see that you have not taken your food or your milk or something at his residence. He'll feel so obliged that you go and you serve him with that joy and with that love that he has. He would like to express his love. Now, people misunderstand. I've seen people who are affluent misunderstand. They think it's a slavishness. It is not. It is that they find joy in emotional life, in expressing their joy. To them, it does not matter if he has to starve for the day, it doesn't matter. But he has given you food, so he feels that satisfaction. Oh God, he's eaten at my place, so sweet of him. There's no slavishness, but is a kind of a expression of that love. But in the West, I found that people say that if you do that to somebody, then people misunderstand. They think you are a weak person. That's a sign of your weakness. I mean, I was amazed. How can it be? I live in an area which is supposed to be very posh, and very, very rich people live there. Very rich people. And once it was snowing very heavily in that area. And we were shifting that very same day. So I went round, there's a square where we live, so I went round the square and I deposited some things. And I saw a lady standing outside with a little baby in a pram, and another lady had opened her door a little bit and talking to her there. And the little baby was in the pram and it was snowing. Can you imagine? And this lady was talking. I came back after half an hour, still the lady was standing outside. She wouldn't open the door. And they are extremely rich people. I can't understand how can a person not feel that a little baby is in the pram. They hate children there. I've seen in that area, the people just hate their children. They beat them so badly. I'm amazed. And they give it to the servants, and the servants look after the children. In England, you'll be amazed that 2 children are killed by their parents every week. First, I used to think it is England, but it's not so. It is only in London this is happening. Can you believe a thing like that? I mean, in India, I can't think of one woman doing that. So emotionally, they are very strong people, but they lack other things which you have, which is to be combined with East and West and has to be brought to a balance. It should not be only emotional life that you want to have more children and more children. That's why more children are born in that country. They like to have more children. Apart from that, they are the only people who look after their children so well. So all children want to be born there also. They would not like to be born in places where the mothers are very haughty and angry for only a little carpet being spoilt or something if the children are spanked. So naturally they would like to be born with parents who are natural, who are sweet to them. And that must be one of the reasons why we are suffering from overpopulation. While in Germany it is minus. In London it is minus. You go to Norway, it is minus. It is Sweden, it is minus. On top of that, people are committing suicide. They are competing among themselves. Who is doing it more? For example, if you go to, first I heard that it was in Sweden people were committing suicide more, but now Switzerland has taken over and they are double the number who are committing suicide. I can't understand. I had about 3 girls from Cambridge who came from Sweden. And they came to me and their vibrations were like dead people. Absolutely numb. I was shocked. These young girls between, say, 16 or 20, something like that, why should they not have that feeling of exuberance, that joy within them, bubbling with life, such young girls? And I asked them, I said, you come and see me in the house. I mean, I was really surprised. When they came to see me, I asked them, what are you doing? They said, Mother, to tell you the truth, we are just planning how to commit suicide. Can you believe it? It's such a tragic thing. Young girls just planning how to commit suicide. But I said, why? Why are you not? What is so much? I said, nobody gives us love. Nobody loves us. There's no love. We've got money, we've got everything. We are daughters of rich families, but there's no love. And that's how we want to commit suicide. Just imagine. This is what is happening when one goes too much to materialism. Matter can never give us joy. Take it from me. It is also an economic science that the material things cannot give you satisfaction in general. They can give one particular thing, you buy now, you buy this, all right, then you want to buy that, then you want to buy something else. But in general, they are not satiable. That means matter cannot give us joy. That I do not say that we should not use the matter. You can use the matter for your purpose also when you know how to give it to others. The joy of matter is in giving. Perhaps we have missed the point, but after Sahaja Yoga, you will know that the joy of matter is only felt when you see the beauty of matter and when you see what it is to give to others. To give to others. It's not for yourself that you can ever enjoy, but only by giving others you enjoy the matter. All right, that's going to a very subtle point, but that is what happens to you, that you become extremely generous, and as a result of that, you enjoy the bliss and happiness and your own generosity within yourself. I'm supposed to be extremely generous, and sometimes Sahaja Yogis are quite worried about me that by the time I return, I will be finishing with all my saris and nothing will be left out of them. And they're all the time telling me, Mother, be careful, you are extremely generous. But I enjoy my generosity. I do not enjoy these possessions, so-called, than my generosity. Because if you have a possession, it's a headache. You have to go to the insurance, you have to worry that it should be kept all right. It's better to give it to somebody else and see on other people than to have your own. If you own it, it's a headache to you. But if you give it to others, it's nice. You enjoy it all right. You enjoy this hall very well without owning it. If you had owned it, it would have been a headache for you to go up there and look after everything, isn't it? It's better not to own these things. Let others have the headache and let's have the enjoyment. That's what is the policy in Sahaja Yoga you try to adopt.
So we'll keep our eyes closed. So Sahaja Yoga has no age bar. So you're not too young to do it, or you're not too old to do it. So children also, we have a lot of children who practice Sahaja Yoga, and today you'll hear a young musician who composes his own music. He also plays other music, and his music can have vibrations, as you may have experienced with what you feel on top of your head. So music played by such souls takes us into a level of meditation that is a bit hard to explain. So how about we experience it? So young musician, if you don't mind, you can start playing while everyone can close their eyes. Let's drop our right hand towards the ground. With our attention still on top of our head. We request Shri Mataji, Mother, please remove all the problems in my left channel that are getting me out of balance. Mother, please strengthen my left channel. Mother, please remove the lethargy and all the self-defeating thoughts that arise in my left channel. Let's put our right hand on the lap and raise our left hand with the fingertips of the left hand pointing towards the sky and the palm facing the back of the room. Mother, please bring my right channel into balance so I don't get lost in futuristic thoughts and ambition. Now we put our left hand back on the lap, center of the right palm on top of the head. And we ask, Shri Mataji, please let me be in the present so I can experience thoughtless awareness. Shri Mataji, please let me be in the present so I can experience thoughtless awareness. While leaving our attention on top of the head, which is in line with the center channel, drop our hand back to the lap. Now let's meditate for a few minutes quietly. When we start and finish meditation, we do something called raising the Kundalini and taking a bandhan, which Lynn can show us now.
Do that. So this is the short form of our self-realization we went through. So the wonderful thing is we use our hands, and our left hand of the desire, our pure desire to raise our Kundalini, and the right hand is the one of action. So the left hand will raise up in front of our central channel, and the right one winds around. So just do it together. The left hand raising up, that's where your attention is, and the right one is having a nice little round and about, so it comes under and over the top. And we'll do it 3 times, once for each channel, and we'll tie a knot up the top. Second time, still your attention's on that left hand, and now we'll tie 2 knots. And the third time, for the third channel, still watching that left palm. Our desire is to keep our attention up here at the 7th energy center, and we'll do 3 knots. And now we've got all these lovely vibrations flowing in our hands, so we're going to protect ourselves with these vibrations. This is the bandhan part. So with the right hand again, the one of action, starting from the left side, we're going to put a nice little rainbow over ourselves. We go over and back once for each chakra, so we're going to do it 7 times. Second chakra, the Nabi, we've been talking about today, over and back, to the heart, the throat center, brain center, and the 7th time for our 7th chakra. And that's it. And now 2 hands together. Thank you very much for joining tonight. Yeah? Was that, sorry?
Thank you very much, young musician. That was
yes.
Was very meditative.
Very, very nice. And I wanted to tell you there were 2 songs that our young musician played, and they were, the first one was Mother's Voice, which was awfully nice. And the second one was called Battlefield, but it was a very delicate battle, I felt.
It was very delicate.
So that got me to the spot. So, yeah. So I hope you all had a nice meditation. How was your meditation?
Good.
Good? Excellent. So that raising the Kundalini and putting on a bandhan, that's all you need to do at home, where you probably already are. But when you're meditating yourself each day, just raise the Kundalini, put on a bandhan, sit for 5-10 minutes, raise the Kundalini, put on a bandhan. If it takes you a while to get there, sit for that long. But if you get straight there, 5-10 minutes. And it's the consistency that will give the results. And we'll be very happy for you to join us again next week.
Yeah.
And we might, which I intimated a little earlier, we might do a foot soak. We'll publish a bit of information to you on the WhatsApp group if you've got access to that, but we'll have a bucket, some water. We've got the buckets here, don't worry. Just come, we'll give it to you. So a bucket with a bit of ankle deep water of the temperature that seems appropriate for you. We're very summery here, so we're going to have coolish water. But if you're in winter, you might want warmish water. So as per your liking. And we have a bit of salt, just a handful or a couple of spoons of salt in the water, representing the earth. So we get the earth and the water. We'll have a candle lit. That was lit earlier, I promise. And then we'll go through that process next week. So feel free to bring a bucket. So one that fits your 2 feet in. So if you can acquire one of those. Otherwise, if you have any questions, feel free, if you're on Zoom, to put a question there. Otherwise, in the WhatsApp group, happy to answer any questions. And of course, those of you who are sitting here may also ask us directly.
So this program recording will be on YouTube?
Yes, yes. So we'll...
I think nobody would want to listen to you and me, but the music they want to...
The music is worth listening to. The talks of Shri Mataji definitely worth listening to. So we'll post the recording into the WhatsApp group.
Sounds good.
And in case you want to listen to that again, I do. It was really good.
It's good.
So thank you all, and we'll see you next time.
See you all. Bye.
I'll just put a bit of music on, so if you want to just chill for some time, feel free. Do have some music here. Good, right, Kanabi, I've got some meditation music.